Namaste. The Chanakya You Didn't Know. There's one more installment in that series. In this series, we try and bust the myths around Chanakya. One of the biggest myths around Chanakya is that he was anti-women. You heard this, right? In fact, I have faced it. I've had training programs and speaking sessions when there have been women who've come to me and they have protested. And I've had to clarify to them that that is not the Chanakya, that is real. The Chanakya you didn't know is what I'm going to share with you. My dear friends, what the ideas that a lot of people gather about Acharya Chanakya is on the basis of incorrect translations of the book that is popularly called as Chanakya Niti. If you go to the Kautilya Arthashaastra, Acharya tells us very clearly that women are the contributors to the economy. Women are contributors to the security of the king. Women are contributors to art in society. Women are equal inheritors of property. There's a lot of respect for women. So much so that there's an entire chapter for punishments related to crimes against women. And the harshest of them being the death penalty. So, fact of the matter is that when the king's security cordon is built, the innermost cordon is made up of women archers. Yes, you heard right. The innermost security cordon is of women archers. That's number one. Secondly, women were considered as contributors to the economy. They may be homemakers, but they are very important contributors to the economy. Isn't that the idea of Bharat itself? Because women have traditionally been the ones who saved, and Bharat was a savings economy. That's the way they contributed. Then, talk about skill and art. You know, there was a very high institution called the Ganika institution. Today, the role of what we call as sex workers, we get a very negative connotation. But Ganikas were extremely trained, they were skilled in the 64 kalas, and they were extremely superior women who had chosen on the role of being escorts, consorts for high society. They had a very high position. Not only that, I told you they also played a role to strengthen the security. But this is because women were also secret agents and played a very important role in delivering information or in playing secret missions. This and all that I shared earlier tells you that Acharya in fact gives a special place for women in society. Last but not the least, I want to tell you that today's laws in fact are completely aligned in Bharat, are completely aligned to Acharya's thought, the Nyaya Samhita. Because even equal rights for women is not something that was the nature of India, before, or something that came only recently. It was already mentioned in the Kautilya Arthashaastra. I hope this helps you get a better picture about Kautilya, Acharya Chanakya and his views on women.